Okay. Do you even help me paint? Am I the only one painting? Because see, like, you're a good artist, like, you could totally sketch that.
I draw stick figures.
I'm not gonna sketch that. Where were we? We were somewhere and you were sketching that. We was
Here's
at my
the phone number.
house.
All right.
You gonna be off?
Oh, we're on right now, but yeah, I'm gonna be
30 seconds, yeah.
Oh
off
my
so
goodness,
that I can.
the pressure.
As I try to put the mic on with my
Okay, so
the camera. So there's a camera going down right there, showing a bucket for all you YouTube watchers.
Too much blue. And then that's blue. That's blue. Oh, blue.
I put on my headphones and all I hear is toss salad.
10 seconds.
What?
Okay.
Thank you.
Wait, this one's not open. Is there any red? Is that? Oh, that's orange.
And we're back with Las Vegas Little Theater's The Great American Trailer Park Musical. I'm here with director Troy Hurd and cast member Kelly Ward. And
we're getting trashy. I mean,
we are.
And
I'm
for those of you watching on YouTube, you can see Carrie Ann. You have a lovely back.
we're gonna for body painting Carrie Ann Parks because she got the least number of Tony Award picks.
Hey, let's use the secret. I got one right.
Okay, you got one right.
Correct.
That's about all you get. And I put intern Cassie on the head. Say hi, Cassie.
Hi.
Yeah, so she's gonna
Turn and say hi.
time here. So, and
There's no red.
but Kelly's actually going to be painting a message to our listeners that you can see on YouTube if you go to our YouTube page and watch this archived footage of today's show. This is a message for anybody who's interested in seeing Great American Trailer Park Musical. Just remember, no swearing on public radio, yo.
Gosh darn.
Gosh darn it.
Well, the
Oh
thing
my
is, they just don't read it out loud. She can paint anything she
Actually,
wants.
Is it cold on your back there,
It
Carrie?
is cold, but it feels good because, hi, this is Las Vegas and it's June.
Yeah.
Oh my God, got all messed
So we're talking about Las Vegas, or Little Theaters, The Great American Trailer Park, the musical. It runs July 13th through the 29th. And if you've never been over to LVLT, you gotta take a trip. It's a great theater. It's a great group of people who love what they do, and that makes all the difference in the world. When you have people who are wonderfully indifferent about their art, you can smell it as you walk in the door. You know,
That's paint. That's paint you're smelling.
These people actually really do a great job in this cast. I mean, I know half the people in this cast. It's going to be a great show. Troy, why don't you kind of just give us another breakdown of what the show is about for those just now tuning in?
It's about a love triangle in the Florida Panhandle. It's set in Armadillo Acres, which is North Florida's most prestigious trailer park. And you're taken through the story by a trio of trailer trash matrons who tell you about about Norbert and Jeannie Garstecki, who were they fell in love in high school. They had a child right after got married, and the child's got kidnapped 20 years earlier, and she's been an agoraphobic housewife ever since. That's played by Kelly Ward, who is now doing
Who's now a painter.
The artist.
I know. I'm so excited.
She came out
Let me
of the
see what
show
you got.
really
Well, I'm
quick.
just writing the title. If you want me to
that's
draw pictures,
gorgeous.
we're in trouble. I might be able to draw American flag.
Well, the nice thing is that you haven't had to, you're writing on the back and you haven't had to go all the way around to the front. So.
Well, it could have been a smaller title. It could have been like Annie. It's just one word or something.
Doing a great job.
Thanks.
Great job.
Aww.
Needs more color though.
Well, there's only blue,
And white.
There's some random yellow and orange.
And these are from Sherman-Williams, so it should.
And shout out to Sherman Williams.
Here, you'll be weatherproofed for a little while.
Should I do
Excellent.
orange?
Actually, we should have you go outside and tan.
Now, what's going to be scary is that she's going to do the back, and then Evil Dead's going to want to paint your front.
I will let them zombie me.
Oh my gosh.
That would be awesome.
I mean,
Maybe.
I'm sure they would love to at another.
Just takes a few bites, I'm told.
We'll have to talk to them about some of the makeup that they're doing for the show because I think they.
I heard they really amped it up.
Yeah, they apparently have.
Well, here, let me do this. We have one audition coming up. I'm going to give this over to Cassie, so Cassie can tell you a little bit about
scissors.
upcoming auditions and go from there. Take it away.
All right, we have first we have Neon Jungle at Super Summer Theater. It's the leader of the pack. and it's a jukebox musical. Auditions are July 7th and 8th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And the location is at the, tell me if I'm pronouncing this right, the Insurgo Theater?
Insurgo, yes.
It is Insurgo, okay.
You have to say it with a British accent.
Insurgo.
The Insurgo Theatre Movement.
Yeah, it makes you sound really fancy. It's on Karen Avenue, and it's the 3rd floor of the Plaza Hotel. You should prepare 32 bars of music from the show, or in a similar style. Tracks are not allowed. Please have sheet music.
I'm glad to know that.
Yes. Everyone should come prepared to dance. So.
And I think that's all I have written down, but
Look.
I know certainly of one other, and I was going to have you just kind of talk about it too. You have a project coming up, yes?
Oh my gosh.
And
yeah.
have you've already had auditions for it?
Yeah, I've cast, or I'm in the middle of casting Summer Camp the musical, which premieres in August at the Onyx. It's a Table 8 Productions show, a world premiere written by myself and Angela Chan. It's homage to the 1980s teen sex comedies
You like meatballs, you'll love it.
Porky's, and it's like Porky and Bess.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you. I've
wonderful.
copywritten that one.
Thank
That's
you.
mine. But
This is gonna be
towards the end of July, there are auditions for Hamlet at Insurgo Theater, and that's going up in September, and I think it's the 27th, 28th. If you dig around on Facebook for Hamlet Insurgo audition, you'll find it.
So there's lots going on.
And I think there's auditions for LVLT's first show of the 2013
Sideman's coming up,
season
yeah.
coming
It's
up.
going to be an awesome show.
And I think to that extent there may be another audition coming up for the 80s Prom, which is a different production.
They already have that.
They are, but I think they have additional auditions as well.
Great. I just
So what
found
you're
out-
saying is my audition sheet is woefully not updated.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be great if there were like a website like
VegasAuditions.com?
Yeah, where
That we didn't have to pay
where
for?
every audition, but you would have auditions listed, you would have shows listed. It would be like a general cattle call of headshots and resumes.
Like a database, like a Facebook for theater.
That would be fantastic.
Why don't? Isn't there something like that already? You know, for all of our theater friends out there already, why don't we create a page and do this and get all that stuff up
We're
there?
not going to pay you.
Well,
No, but
somebody-
Facebook is free at least.
Well, to be honest, I mean, I've talked about this with several other people in the arts community here. Atlanta has the Atlanta Coalition for Performing Arts,
A database.
exactly
Yeah.
where you can go to for everything. But audience members can go there to find out what shows are going, and they even have their own half price ticket booth that you go
Nice.
to. They're really organized. They do an annual cattle call audition. For you go in and audition for 30, 35 companies at
Yeah.
one time, and they can pick you in to call you back in for shows. It's just a really cool way of organizing this aggregator, and I think Vegas is getting to the point now.
Yeah, slowly. The problem is
Yeah.
that we have feverish philosophies out there, and they're wonderful philosophies, but we need to get everybody to be able to sit in the same room together.
Well, how can you do that?
Well,
Lots of chairs.
I have the question to ask as well. You know, is there a little competition as well in this town, especially for some of the strip shows, that I don't want you to know about the audition because I don't want there to
Yeah.
be additional competition. Does that make sense?
It makes
Well, then
sense.
you don't have community.
I was just going to
Well,
say,
you know what,
community
there-
theater, I don't think there's so much that. I mean, if you look at next year's Super Summer lineup, I mean, I can't imagine how the auditions are going to go because everyone's going to want to audition for everything. You know, it's like, they're. So, anyways, I think it's a brilliant idea. Maybe we need to
Put some heads together.
put some heads together, make it happen. At least, it can't be hard to make a website, a
No.
database. I mean, I'm stupid and I could probably pull something together.
I think it's a matter of cost of hosting and the time and upkeep and.
Then each producer or company pays a nominal annual fee
To the pot, and
Yeah,
everybody kind
exactly.
of puts it forward.
Sure.
That's genius.
You know.
Yeah.
Well,
You heard it here
theater
first.
company. when I start my own theater company, I'll be the first to put my
Oh, Eric, you're one of the best promoters around. You have great graphic. You have a post for everything. You're always
Yeah.
putting stuff up on Facebook. People could learn a lesson from you.
Well, I appreciate it. I was fortunate to come from a marketing background. I used to work in marketing before I became a theater educator, and so it's kind of like
Wow.
it just is instinct. I love doing it. I like to think I'm a little savvy, and so. But thank you, I appreciate it. But I just really I think that if everybody just did a little, it's not like it's like that old fable or whatever about everybody putting water into one pot because of the
Stone soup.
drought that's going to happen. Yeah,
I don't like
and then if everybody puts a little bit in, You know, it'll be awesome, but sometimes it takes an awful lot to get a little from somebody.
Yeah.
So I'm not talking about all theater companies. I'm just talking about you know who you are. If you're just now tuning in, we're with Troy Hurd and Kelly Ward, and we're talking about craft paint on Carrie Ann Park's back.
It looks like a high school pep rally.
So for those of you that cannot see Carrie Ann's lovely painted back at this point, Great American Trailer Park Musical running July 13th through the 29th. 362-7996 is the number for LVLT, or you can get tickets right now, lvlt.org. It's the only musical that LVLT puts on, and it's the last show of the season?
I think it's just a meeting.
It's just a summer show.
Okay.
Hold still, Karen. Here, turn this way here.
Yeah, this is
Which
going
way?
on
This way?
Yeah, he's trying to get a picture of you.
Okay.
This will go on the LVLT site, and this will sell tickets.
Your back will
flex.
sell tickets.
Hey, this might get us a couple of Facebook likes too. So fantastic! This is a unique brand of marketing. Here we go.
Definitely, and such artistry too. I mean,
Thank you.
we were going to do calligraphy, but that was going to be painful. She had the tip of those things.
I think we should do something like the loser of the Oscars has to get a tattoo.
A curtain call tattoo
on their forehead.
You better start studying up.
Oh my gosh! All right, well, listen, guys, it means an awful lot that you took some time out of your busy schedules. Everybody in this room is extraordinarily busy, and I understand that. It means an awful lot that you stopped by today.
Well,
so that
thank
we
you
could
for
talk
having
about
this show, Eric.
Yeah, this is great.
Yes.
Well,
You've got to run to rehearsal right now, anyways, right?
The
I know,
reason we
he's
have
such a
this show is
slave
because we
driver.
want people to get out and support local community theater, and it doesn't stop with the shows that we're in or we're producing or whatever. And definitely, I want to encompass Las Vegas Little Theater's Great American Trailer Park Musical, July 13th through the 29th. Guys, get your tickets now.
LVLT.org.
That's the way. Or you can head over. I do believe they have a Facebook page as well. And
I'm going to paint the URL on Carrie Ann now.
You're going to go all the way on my TV.
I'm going to go all the way. Yeah, you're going to have to.
Oh, I'm back.
Somebody's going to have to hold the camera for me.
Well, we're going to take a break and we're going to come back. We're going to be talking with the cast from Evil Dead the Musical. Take it easy.
I wasted your paint. I realized I did too much. That is very nice. I'm not very artistic, so I drew a heart or a star.
Can you do some commercials while we transition? Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah. And of course, I wish you the very best, and anything I can do, you let me know.
Have like a party.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you for having us. It was fun.
And Cassie, can I turn stuff over to you, my dear?
Of course.
Thank you. That way we can clean up.
Aw, man, you don't give me the night off? Thank you for having us. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, with the trailer.
Commission, having kidney games or upgraded packages is just another way to scan you. Check out TomMartinSports.com. At TomMartinSports.com, we are changing the sports service industry. Charging just $79.95 a month with no other TomMartinSports.com not only includes a full sales write-up supply chain with Alexa. TomMartinSports.com monitors and lists each play we select so you can track our record. Tom Martin worked for ESPN and ABC for over 10 years and now brings his expertise to the sports broadcasting world. TomMartinSports.com will show you how to win consistently and manage your money the right way. Come check us out at TomMartinSports.com and find out why we are the leaders of sports. TomMartinSports.com is the official site for
How fresh is Sweet Tomatoes produce? Let's just say within 24 hours of getting in the ground, it's on a refrigerated truck on its way to the restaurant. Sweet Tomatoes food is fresh from the farm to your fork and made from scratch every single day. Sweet Tomato Salad Bar includes fresh tossed signature salads and fresh cut produce, plus 8 made from scratch soups. Pasta, muffins made from scratch, and also create your own low-fat yogurt dessert. Something healthy and nutritious for the entire family. Treat yourself and your family to fresh, great tasting, wholesome recipes, fresh seasonal vegetables, and tossed salads prepared every 20 minutes. There's 4 estimated locations in the Las Vegas and Henderson area. For more information and hours, visit www.sweettomatoes.com or call 888-374-8358.
Check out Town Square's new hotspot. That's Ranch House Kitchen. They open every day at 8 a.m. and breakfast is served all day long till closing. Formerly known as Cadillac Ranch, the new Ranch House Kitchen has brought entirely whole new energy to the upper level of Town Square's restaurant, located directly across an array movie theater. Everyone's welcome at Ranch House Kitchen because they cater to all size parties, families, and business gatherings. 3 full bars with your favorite alcoholic beverages. And if you bring the kids 12 and under, Monday through Friday, they eat free. Everybody's invited to ride in the Bagel Bowl. For fantastic food, drinks, and a great atmosphere, head down to Ranch House Kitchen, 6593 Las Vegas Boulevard South in Town Square. For reservations, call 702-749-6400.
For Las Vegas's best sports talk, keep it tuned right here to the sports voice of Las Vegas, AM 1400 KSHP, North Las Vegas.
Are you sick and tired of your garage door going up but never coming down, or going down and coming back up on its own? The kids knocking the motion sensors around? Oh, it's a nightmare. Custom Hearth and Door is here to help. They are your one-stop shop for garage door openers, and repairs. Great service deals all the time. Also, you can't be Custom Hearth and Door and not do fireplaces, as they provide high-quality wood-burning and gas-fired fireplaces. Fireplace inserts and stoves, chimney systems, and accessories. Custom Hearth features the best brand names.
This is going to be you guys kind of channel it back and forth when you're talking, so it's right in front of you.
Their new keyless entry with fingerprint verification. Plus products from real science, crafting, fire magic, and letters.
Lori, what role do you play this time?
Cheryl.
Okay.
This time.
Okay.
I was listening for it.
Hopefully that would be my
I already played these scenes
permanent
before.
spot.
I just asked you about it, John, where you don't have to
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, 60 seconds, we're on, y'all.
All right. I saw the preview for it today.
Now, can I get your names again? I want to make sure I get spell them right. It's Ben Stober?
Stober.
Okay.
Yeah, our Siri thinks it's Stober too. Lorie. Palkow.
How do you spell that?
Palkow.
I'll have an easier time with that. Stober. It was Walter Neadlick or whatever.
Exactly. Thanks, Adam.
Yeah, Walter Neadlick is way
Walter Neadlick was a freaking crazy. Do you want to play number 3 again?
Okay.
We are videotaping, so there's a camera way up there. This will be on
Yeah,
YouTube.
we can do that.
So whereas you thought, oh, we don't have to worry about radio.
Yes, I thought I didn't have to dress up today.
That's why I wore my pretty headphones.
Dang it!
I want to play one more stuff.
I didn't do my hair or anything. I was like, eh.
30 seconds.
So would this catch both of us if it's kind of right in the middle?
Kind of. If you're speaking, just kind of tap it over to you a little bit more. I mean, it can, but it's nice and crystal clear when it's right in front of you. Okay, here we go. So
That'll be
stand
good.
by 10 seconds.
And then Ben, if you just lean in, you're good.
This is the pot for the music, okay? I'm gonna hit play on here.
49.
That cuts off.
I'm a bit.
And we're back with Curtain Call with Eric Ball, and now we've been invaded. The studio is filled with cast members from, well, not filled, it has, we have 2 of them here.
What, are we that?
No, nothing like that. No. Evil Dead the Musical over at the V Theater, Sirc Michaels Productions. We have Ben Stober.
Stober, you got
Stober, thank you, and Lorie Palkow. Welcome, guys. Thanks for being here.
And congratulations.
Yeah, my gosh.
It's a nice little opportunity for those that don't know.
For those who've been living under a rock.
Evil Dead had a nice little run at the Onyx Theater about a year ago.
October.
And January.
That's right. And has now been picked up, replacing
American Storm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and it's such like the same exact show
Well, no.
No, maybe not.
There's a lot less blood in your show compared to American Storm. But you're in the V Theater at Planet Hollywood, so congratulations. You just had your opening night there, and
how'd that go?
Yeah, how'd it go?
Yeah, seriously, because here's the thing: making the transition from a community theater production to a main stage venue, like over there at the Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino. By the way, I should shoot this out there just so that if you're listening, you can hit the website. It's vtheater.com, and then you can go to the Evil Dead link, which is right there.
What, evil space dead or evil underscore dead?
Yeah, evil underscore dead. But go over there and check it out. So going from community theater to essentially a community theater production that got rave reviews over to a show on the Strip now. That's
big deal.
It's
that's
fairly unprecedented.
I was just going to say that's unheard of. So
How's
that been?
First one ever, I believe.
Wow, tell us about it. I mean, what was the phone call like when he told you?
Do you want to go? Well,
I'll let you go.
It was an interesting phone call, so to speak. He walked in the other room and said, "I just got off the phone with David Sachs, and guess what?" Yeah. So
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Did you freak out? I bet you did.
Well, actually, it had been in the works for a while.
I was going to say, the process started
Since
probably...
January,
yeah.
we'd actually been talking to David Sachs about going into the V Theater space, and actually, thanks to Ben here, Ben actually made it possible. He is
By
concierge.
being in every other show?
No, he's a concierge, and Sirc and Ben actually went to go see a show in the V Theater, and ended up saying, wait, you can talk about that, I don't know, I wasn't there. But basically, that kind of facilitated the meeting between all of us. And then Sirc and David Sachs had been talking for a while, since January. There wasn't really a spot for us to go into. The thing with the show is that there's a lot of blood. We talked to
there, yes.
a lot of blood. And we talked to a lot of different casinos. I mean, not just that one. And a lot of them were just like, no, thank you.
Who was it? Mike Weatherford and the RJ that said, until the second coming of Gallagher or something, there's not going to be a splash zone like this one. I thought that was really clever.
And I've seen the layout for the seating chart, which is kind of it's pretty funny.
Let's talk about the show a little bit in general, because maybe some of you don't even know what Evil Dead's about. It's a B movie that has a huge cult following. And I think, and you can stop me because you guys are probably more closely knit to the story and the project, and
bigger fans of Bruce Campbell
than we are. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing, I think it was made with the intention to kind of tongue-in-cheek itself and spoof itself to the
well, there's how many
they're
movies?
definitely nodding to horror movies.
There's three.
There are three movies.
Yeah. I only know Evil Dead and Army of Darkness.
Evil Dead 1, Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness.
Oh, there was a 2. Okay.
Evil Dead 2 was kind of like a rehash of the first one, but on a more comedic, more fun, playful comedic take. And then Army of Darkness really kind of brought out that tongue-in-cheek style of humor, a more playful slapstick style.
Does the musical encompass all three?
It does.
Cool.
Even at the very end, the production first originally opened in Canada, and to rave reviews and much success, and then they brought it off Broadway, and they actually had changed the ending from the Canadian version, which was a little bit more in suit to Army of Darkness, Ash traveling back in time in the medieval times, and so America's ending was the blew that itch away. There's a letter missing. I'm sure everyone can figure out what it is.
And for those that don't know Ben, Ben is playing the title, or not the title character. Ben is playing Ash.
Oh boy,
the chainsaw wielding zombie.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, it's not just a chainsaw wielding; that's his hand.
Well, yes,
and they're not just zombies; they're deadites. We actually call them deadites.
Forgive the folk.
No, it's perfectly fine. It happens a lot.
Yeah, but you know something? This is a zombie nation right now.
Deadite.
I mean,
but they're deadites.
I'm just saying.
Sirc is in the other room. He will come in here with no voice whatsoever and lay the smack down. Well, and we're going to have to bleep him out.
So here's what I'm hoping. Here's what I'm hoping happens for you guys. I'm hoping that anybody who is a fan of any sort of horror movie, anybody who's a fan of musical theater, and anybody who has got a secret copy of Twilight or anything that's zombie or Deadite related, under their mattress. I hope that they maybe support your project by turning out and giving you guys the welcome that you guys deserve, because this is unprecedented.
This is a fun show. I took my daughter to see it, and she got indoctrinated during the intermission. I hope you guys are still doing something to that effect.
Oh yes, we are. We had a birthday girl actually opening night that came to see it Friday.
And I don't know if you want to give away what happened.
No.
Okay.
No.
But regardless, and when it was at the Onyx Theater, there everywhere was a splash zone for that matter. But what's great is those that do sit in the splash zone, $59.95. For those tickets, they get a commemorative T-shirt, which is almost a $20 value, and could very well turn out to be a pink T-shirt at the end of the evening.
It's even got a target.
It's got a bullseye on it.
Yes,
You guys have a new design on it, which is great.
Well, it's interactive theater at its finest. That's for sure.
It is, and the show is labeled as being in 4D. So
because 3D's for wussies.
Yeah.
So do you guys actually get to go out in the audience at all? Do you play into the audience as well, or?
We really do. We certainly bring some
I don't think
that's
that's giving anything away too much.
Because normal theater, when you watch a production, they stay on the stage, they interact with each other, the characters. They don't allow audience participation where you get to. I mean, for those that really know the movies, that know Ash's lines, get the chance to say, "This is my boomstick." Good, bad, I'm the guy with the gun. The iconic lines, and even the past couple nights, this past weekend, I could hear them, and so
That's
I just let them follow me with the words, and just really make them, the fans, the true fans, a part of the experience.
Is that kind of a goal? Is to kind of give kind of a love letter to the fans out there? Is that kind of one of the?
I think it's definitely the show, the experience. We definitely are paying not only homage and respect to the original material, but also to the fans that grew up with these movies, and to support the production itself. We want to. It's kind of our gift to them to break that wall instead of just doing it as a straight-laced production, which was kind of the way it was done in Canada, and even off Broadway. Just having watched some of the YouTube videos, it was just seemed very straight-laced off-Broadway musical. But the great thing that Sirc Michaels brought, having done the Rocky Horror Show, not the movie theater experience, the Shadowcast, but he really brought that Rocky Horror vibe to the experience.
And
which I think
he'd done that in Texas, is that
right?
Okay.
And around the country as well.
Yeah, he also toured the Rocky Horror Show in the past, so he's done.
This has a similar feel to Rocky Horror.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask, and it's interesting because we were talking about the Great American Trailer Park in the first sequence, and how it didn't really. It was off Broadway, and kind of had some following, and a great show. This is a very good show as well, and Ben, you were just saying that it doesn't have that not everyone knows about it. And I've been involved in a couple of productions kind of the same thing, where it's a fun show to do, nobody really knows about it, and getting that interaction.
And what would you say to the average audience member that's listening that has never, maybe has heard of it locally here, Evil Dead the musical, they saw it in the newspaper or something.
When they were in Baltimore and they couldn't see the show, so they don't know anything about it, and now they're really excited that they get a chance to see it.
I've got friends in Pittsburgh.
So what would you say to them as kind of a would-be patron?
I think the best part about this particular show is that it's actually really clever, the way that it's written and the way that it's put together. If you're an Evil Dead fan, Army of Darkness fan, and you come, you're going to love it, because there's so many little bitty things in there that you'll get. You'll be like, oh god, that's funny. But if you've never seen the movies before, you're still going to enjoy yourself. You're still going to have a good time.
Absolutely.
It's not like you're going to be going, I have no idea what just happened. Okay. It's not like that at all.
You don't have to see the show to enjoy the
I've never seen the movie, but I would recommend going with a friend. This is not one of those. This is not Iphigenia in Orem where you go by yourself. The way you may get moved in seeing Evil Dead is completely different than Mamet or Beckett or
may I differentiate for a second?
Please.
Let's make no mistake. I mean, this is good, clean dirt. Good, clean, funny dirt. It's like it should be gritty. It should be fun. It should be. It's in your face. It's. That's why I hope it does well, because it's kind of true to the Vegas experience.
But there is an element of camp. And I don't mean camp in the sense of, hey, let's go to a cabin in the woods for summer camp.
Wait a second. That's exactly what it is.
But it's kind of got that hot shots, naked gun, airplane slapstick stuff.
And that's where you were saying you differentiate from the other versions.
Exactly.
Is that you're winking to the audience.
The audience is totally a part of the show.
Yeah.
I mean, we started it at the Onyx, but now they're really a part of the show this time. I mean, to the point where it's like, if you're there and you're at the show, I mean, it's the 4D experience. That's what we're selling it as, the experience. So it's not like, don't expect to just come and sit and just watch a show. It's not like that. Like,
You're part of it.
You're part of the show. You know, we pull people up sometimes. We do different things. It's like, it's an experience. You know, so come to have fun. You know,
it's like when you go to Disneyland. You don't ever go and sit in one of those simulation rides and expect to just sit there. I mean, you go in there knowing you're going to be tousled about and things, and you're going to go whoa, and you know, stuff like that's going to happen.
You ever been on like, Small World? That's
this
really...
is it's kind of like that. Whoa. It's kind of like that. Whoa!
This show is nothing
Dutch
like
Orphans.
Small
Oh my
World.
gosh!
Some of the songs really do get stuck in your head, though, just like that. It's a small.
But I want to ask because I don't think Eric or Carrie Ann saw it when
I
it was
haven't. I'm looking forward to
and
seeing
so they have not seen it. I've seen it. Well, what am I going to get that's different? I know that there's been some cast changes. Is it a larger cast, or did you guys have to trim things down?
It's
because you're playing a different role this time around.
I am. You saw it in October.
I saw it in
correct?
October.
Yeah, I actually played Cheryl in the January run as well.
Okay.
So the January cast is pretty much the same.
Okay.
We brought in a couple of new people, and then we've moved some people around into different spots.
Because you have to have swings for this show.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
are there different expectations that the hotel gives you that you need to have swings and stuff? I've always been curious about that. What are the hotel? What is their expectation of the cast?
I think it's different for every venue and for every place.
Oh, okay.
With the V Theater, it's sort of our responsibility basically because we're producing it completely by ourselves, and we are basically paying rent for the space.
Okay, that was going to be the other question.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so because of that, they don't really get involved at all. Whereas if they're producing it or if they're helping to produce it, then it's more of like, these are the things, blah, blah, blah. But for this production, pretty much, they're like, it's your problem.
and right now, you guys, and I'd heard different things, but you guys are now 2 shows, Fridays at 10, Saturdays at 11:30.
Yes.
How did that go? Because I've done a midnight show, and that's, oh my God, sometimes that's hard to get out of bed.
I think there was a real fun story I heard from a gentleman last night who actually shook hands with me after the show, and he said, my buddies were originally going to be going out to the bars and the clubs last night, and I just didn't really feel like going out to the clubs. I heard about this show and honestly was surprised to find a show that was going on late at night on the weekends. It's a really great substitute, a different option for those that aren't into the club scene. I know that everybody that comes into Vegas aren't all clubbers, that there are those maybe that are under 21 that can't get into the clubs, those that just, it's the same old scene, and so this gives them a really unique substitute, a late night option that gives them that fun, wild, crazy environment, energy, laughs, and blood. And
I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of 10 p.m. shows, but there's not a
No,
lot of 11:30 shows out there.
And that's
except for
right.
the Thunder from Down Under and a couple late night comedians and hypnotists. But again, this is definitely, it's not another comedian. It's not a hypnotist.
This is a show, and it's an experience too. You need to go out and see it. It's over at the V Theater. If you're just now tuning in, we're talking with cast members from Evil Dead the Musical that just relocated over to Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino, and they're super stoked, so much so they're killing people. Yeah.
Well, I am.
He is.
Cheryl really.
Yeah, I don't really kill people.
No.
Do you just die?
Really.
She's just geeky.
I died several times, actually. So, yeah.
All she wants to do is make some Hershey bars and checks and make some cereal bars.
Well, now does everybody? Now this says the splatter zone. For those of you who don't know, this is this is an in-your-face musical.
Literally.
Yeah, people die and there's blood. It's Deadites, which is the Evil Dead version. I have to clarify.
Well,
the zombie. I don't want to.
No, they're because they're. It's not Book of Raw. The Necronomicon is opened and read and bringing about this dead army.
Because zombies, they're like people that are already dead that get bitten,
Yeah.
and then they end up turning into a zombie. And
Right.
and these guys, like some of the characters, for example, they don't get bitten and they
Yeah.
you
They
know,
get
turn into a
possessed,
zombie.
as it
Exactly,
were.
possessed.
Oh, so there's a distinct difference.
There is.
Yes.
Wow.
And the stink between a zombie and a deadite is completely
And they even have their own number too, as well.
And between the 10 p.m. show and the 11:30 show, there's a steel cage match between zombies and deadites.
Well, I'm wondering, you guys have to clean up yourselves?
Yes. Yes, we do.
That is awesome.
That has not changed.
But I think it's a great experience in that it gives everyone a chance to be able to really pull together and just make this whole experience our own. That that we are putting up this set. We have literally 5 minutes to assemble this set together that Tim Burris created, who also worked on he worked on the sets back in October and January. And it's just very much like a Lego set. It's just you literally pull all the walls and assemble it together, put all the props and everything, about 5 minutes, and then it's time to start the show. And then we really incorporated and infused everyone in their own way to be a part of the experience, whether it's on stage or as character ushers, as deadites, kind of introducing, welcoming the guests into the experience, and those that are working on photography and advertising. And so we're utilizing and incorporating everyone's skills and talents.
And you guys have been on a marketing blitz, which I'll give tip of the cap to Sirc, because I'm sure a lot of it has been his maniacal mind going out there. But you guys have had the street vehicles. You guys have been going around town.
No, you even have
promoting this.
Deadites are invading Las Vegas.
And the example that's being set with this show. A group of locals, because you're all locals. The show was cast locally originally, never to be intended to go anywhere else.
I at the Super Summer Theater Ranch the other night, I actually saw two of the Deadites kind of wandering around, and I went up to one and I said, "Oh, congratulations!" It turns out there was just an elderly couple, but but seriously, the word is out there, and I'm very glad to. I think we're going to take a break here. We're going to come back. We're speaking with Ben Stober and Lorie Palkow with the Evil Dead the Musical over at the V Theater. Hang on, we'll talk to them some more.
We'll see their boomstick.
All right,
Deadites they look like zombies, right?
Oh, wow, rock and roll, thank you.
They use both terms. And then, so they use the term deadite and zombies. They use both terms.
It's like that's what I said.
That's what you said.
When I have to go during the week, right? You only
Oh,
get
awesome,
5 pair.
thank you.
But I brought 2 pair that you give away over the air. I don't know if
That'd be great. Let's try it. Let's give it a try.
Okay.
Like a trivia, like if can somebody call in and like do
You'd have to ask and answer the questions. So.
I love this idea. Let's just see where it
About
goes.
the
Let's just
musical
see.
or about the
Thank you.
movies?
That's
I
awesome.
would say like
No.
I got
if
more
somebody
than one
can
Two
His
pair
birthday
awesome.
was yesterday.
Feel better, man. What's wrong? Screaming too
That's
much?
too easy. Don't
Friday night,
guess.
I went out to the mall and there was like hundreds of
Well, they would think it's good.
and I jumped
We
in.
got in
Honestly,
trouble at the mall because the Deadites had their masks on, and apparently that's against the law.
The mask.
They're,
Yeah,
we
You
use
can't walk
masks.
through the hotels or
Yeah, we're no longer using makeup. We had these really nice, expensive
Well, oh, yeah,
come back and say it,
prosthetic
because like I said, I saw it in
That way every night.
October.
Yeah, just
Bop, bop, yeah.
They didn't mind the chainsaw.
No, the chainsaw was fine. Ironically, they didn't care about the chainsaw, but they made
It's like that chick in Disneyland who got tackled because she dressed like Tinkerbell, and they were just like, she's so good. We can't have her being mistaken for. Did you hear that happened? They made her change.
Well, that energy still needs to be right.
You're not allowed to dress like
That's
that.
why I was wondering, adults are not allowed in Disneyland dressed up.
Yeah.
Except for Halloween.
Michael
It's
Kim's
the
not
only
playing
time
Ed
that
anymore
adults go to
because
Disneyland
Matt's
dressed
not
up.
playing Ed, and Michael's just swimming for Ben.
I'm a huge
Is
Walking
Michael
Dead
doing
fan.
both? Or is
Do
he
you recommend seeing the movies before it comes to Evil Dead?
Oh, no, no, no. I mean, he just.
One thing about it is there's a lot of little like interviews. Like Jake talks about Bobby Joe, who is his wife, or in the second movie. And like if you're just watching it, it's like, oh, his wife, blah 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 blah. But if you see the movie,
45 seconds.
then you get it. You're like, oh,
That
that's
was the
funny
interesting
because
part,
they're
how
basically
original
that
it was.
character
Like,
in
you could've
general,
got the
like this
Lotso,
thing
which
that
is
happens to
explode all
them.
these venues
Yeah,
and
so they're, I
exhausted
mean,
them, and
I
David
think
Stack
that
I can only
didn't have the
gain
time slot
from
that
seeing
he
it
wanted,
first.
so it
Right.
was
I'm not going to
11:30
have
on
any
Friday,
surprises
and
ruined,
then it
but
would have been
oh, what did I see?
because
No, in fact, I think that, like if you come, like I said, if you haven't seen them, you'll still enjoy yourself, but there's a lot of little things that George like threw in there for they totally are 100% for the fans.
10 seconds ago.
So,
I'm gonna see it then. I am gonna see it. It's gonna be a date night. My sweetie and I are obsessed with Walking Dead.
And welcome back. We're sitting here in the studio with Ben Stober and Lorie Palkow from Evil Dead, the musical.
Ruby.
And they're over there. And we shrunk her.
I'm about ready to ask you guys
we
to
put
sing.
helium in her voice, and she's
to sing your little duet.
Oh,
it's not really a duet. It's
It's more her.
It's me.
Yes.
Honestly, he just stands on stage and looks pretty.
Ooh, do you want to give them some of your really cheesy one-liners, your cheesy jokes? Are you
Oh.
able to?
Okay.
oh yeah.
Okay.
Anything cheesy. We love
I love
cheese.
cheese.
This is when she's when Cheryl's
Fromage.
possessed and she's a deadite. Her sense of humor is even more campy and cheesy and corny.
It's hilarious. Okay, so let me set the scene for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Ash has just cut off his hand. That's right. Cut it off. It's gone.
And that's because your hand
becomes possessed.
Uh-huh.
Oh, of course. That's what you need to do when your hand becomes possessed.
It's because a moose, a Kandarian demon moose,
Yeah.
to be exact, ended up biting it. Stuff happens.
Yeah, it does.
All in a day's work.
Because you know how often you run across a Kandarian demon.
Moose,
awesome.
right.
Moose. Demon moose.
He's
Sorry.
terrifying.
Squirrels
Kandarian
all the
demon
time.
moose,
Moose
too.
never.
So then I come out. I know, guys. Prepare for it. This is really good crap right here. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
What's your favorite animal at the zoo, huh, Ash? The panda bear. Okay. Who's your favorite cast member on Who's the Boss?
Alyssa Milano?
Tony Hansa!
Tony Hansa? That doesn't even make any sense. They're not even laughing.
I was laughing.
I was laughing silently.
And the funny part is with those that have seen it, actually literally shout out Tony Hansa because they've know
seen
it.
the movie. And here's the thing, that's a huge distinction we need to make here, is that you do not have to have seen this movie, or the trilogy of movies rather, to enjoy this musical, but if you have, it's going to pay a homage.
And there's that unique quality again, and I've seen parts of Army of Darkness. I've not seen, and I need to see the original. But Carrie Ann might be able to attest, when she and I did Rocky Horror a couple of years ago, watching the movie doesn't give you the experience.
No.
Because you're sitting there in your living room, drinking whatever, and you're watching the show, and it's like, you can't do the shout outs. So the experience that you guys have created with Evil Dead, in knowing the movie, obviously, you're in on more of the jokes. Are there any aspects with that audience,
especially
with the Tony Hansa? I mean, is there those shout outs developing with this show?
Especially because you guys have been with the project firsthand.
Shut up.
Hands down the best one.
No, but what's funny is that it took like a full 2 seconds. You guys were like,
I didn't realize you were actually making a pun. I have to hand it to you, Eric. That was
let's
great.
give these guys a hand.
No.
This is what a one-handed Ash sounds like when he's clapping.
That's going to be perfect.
Don't hit me in the face.
Yeah.
Well, let me throw this out here real quick. If you buy a phone, call 221-7283.
Why is that?
Well, it's hard to memorize.
No. Why do they need to call right now?
Well, because
you seem
I'm
very,
lonely.
very anxious, and urgency.
Oh,
You must call now.
You
Why
must call now.
Why?
It's actually 221-SAVE, S-A-V-E. That's easier to remember. 221-SAVE. I'm going to save you lots of money because I have a pair of Evil Dead tickets here that I am going to give away on the air right now. But only if you call. And if you call 221-SAVE. Yeah, if you call right now, I might even get these guys to bleed on them as a souvenir or something.
I'm sorry, I kept most of my blood inside me right
now.
But unless you'd actually like to buy tickets for the show, which I hope you would like to, you can go a couple of different places. www.evildeadlasvegas, all one word, .com. You can get information there. Tickets start at $39.99 plus all all your regular hotel fees and whatnot, and go all the way up to $59.95, which again gets you that commemorative Target shirt, which is fantastic because that's a $15, $20 value right there.
And you get it before the show.
And you get it before the show,
Correct.
so that afterwards, did you guys incorporate the camera at the end as well, to where they can do their little?
We're going to,
okay,
but we don't have it yet.
Okay.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
When they were at the Onyx, they had a fan cam.
Fan cam?
Yeah, fan cam.
Yeah.
Yay. This sounds like a party.
It is.
a party.
It's a complete party because you could go and you could videotape yourself after the show, and those video clips were put up online so that other people could go, oh, that looks like fun. And it is a very fun show.
We should do an Evil
be on the air?
Dead date night, double date night, watch the movies,
No?
and go to the show.
When I'm not in a show, yes.
When you're not in a show.
When you're always
although Saturdays at 11:30. Well, Eric and I close Crazy for You next week, so then we have a couple of weeks before we jump back into Joseph.
Get bloody in between.
Well, I think we should have a splash zone for Joseph out at the ranch.
Technicolor splash zone.
That's right.
We have a caller online. Yay! And they want to say hi. Who is
are we talking to?
Is it Vincent?